And welcome back, everybody. We are back for another CBC podcast. This week, we got a show because things happened that we can talk about, unlike last week where there was one piece of news. Yeah, it would have had to have been a dragged out show. Not that we don't typically drag things out or try to pull out things out of nowhere, but this week we actually had topics. So before we get
There's
to
only so
those,
much dragging out we can do before we get called woke and cancelled, all right?
exactly. And I don't want to end up like the ghost of Wokai, where I'm just scraping the bottom. I need to be like, I need more woke content, and that's not what we're about, you know. So we're against that.
We're definitely not woke.
Definitely not woke. That's the title of this podcast. Definitely not woke. But hey, before we get to that and introductions and everything, we're gonna talk a little bit about Deadpool and Wolverine at the Oscars. We're gonna talk a little bit about Supergirl, Thunderbolts trailer dropping, Spider-Man 4 villains, and then over for members, you guys can expect us to talk about Death and Mephisto, how Batman is an alpha male and Joker is a beta or worse, and then who owns Avengers Tower, possibly revealed. So we're going to have a lot to talk about, so hopefully you guys join us in the members section as well. But before we get to the main show, as always, I'm your host, Armin. You can find me at the Linktree links. That's how they work. See, they're a link tree, and it's like sprouting branches to different social media. See, I figured it out. I know what it means. There you go.
Link proud tree. Of you.
I know. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself. For once, I'm up to date with terminology. I am joined, as always, by Mitch.
What's up? You can also find me at my branching link trees because they branch out from one link into several other links to take you to certain places. Where Friday, it's already out by the time actually people were seeing this, but Jared's finished Neon Genesis, at least a series of it. So we're talking about that this week. And hopefully in the next couple of weeks.
I was going to say, check the description of this, and I will just link it right there so you guys can go watch the latest one, because that'll guaranteed work.
And in the next couple of weeks, I should have my next Final Fantasy 14 video out. I'm editing it now, so...
Nice.
As long as it all goes well, should be 2 weeks, hopefully.
Perfect. So everybody keep an eye out on that. We are also joined, as always, by Tristan.
Hey, guys. Same as always, the link tree has a whole bunch of links. I'm trying to actually clean up and add new links. I'm trying to be more...
You mean you're clipping branches?
No, adding more.
Having a green thumb.
Yeah, just have a lot, and probably trying to get some videos out, but I'm like so behind on a lot of stuff, especially with some reviews are behind technically because they're supposed to be out in October, but the artist got sick and a lot of stuff is so far behind. So yeah,
how things go. And last but not least, we are joined by Ricardo.
I'm the only one who hasn't talked about trees. Forget about my tree. The only tree I'm on is the bloodline tree. I love you, my tribal chief, Solo. Yeah.
Solo. That's gross. Oh, man. Ricardo, as you can tell, he loves Agatha all along.
Oh, of course. I really love that show. It's been like 3 episodes now?
Yeah, it is, yeah. For someone who doesn't watch it, you surprisingly know a lot about it.
Wow.
Call them out.
He gets the clip notes version.
I was going to say, Ricardo's our DEI hire. You know, we have to have a grifter here somewhere.
Oh, that's the woke part of the podcast.
I'm going to turn into Megatron. That's wild.
Agatha is his origin story. There you go. Well, without further ado, guys, we're just going to get into the topic. So let's get into the first topic. So Marvel and Disney are prepping a big campaign, aka For Your Consideration, to push Deadpool and Wolverine at the Oscars. And the one that seems to be sticking out as, okay, this one, maybe they got a chance, is Best Supporting Actor, and they're pushing Hugh Jackman. So
I'm going to be honest here. There comes a point where you just need to be happy that the movie's good and made $1 billion.
Agreed.
I agree.
Hard agree.
Yeah, I love Hugh Jackman. Movie was great. Hugh Jackman was great in it. This is the wrong movie to push for Hugh Jackman to get an Oscar.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is just a bonus push for the higher ups.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I kind of get like, hey, if we toss everything we got at the wall, maybe something will stick. Like they'll give us the blockbuster of the year Oscar or whatever that award is, right? That
exists before stunts, man.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. So like that's the only way I can think of it. They're like, look, they'll have to be like, oh, Hugh Jackman, screw it. Give him that honorary blockbuster of the year box office award or whatever we added to.
As long as it's not the phone in vote one.
The greatest cheer moment, but you couldn't actually cheer because the film premiered on HBO Max or whatever. Yeah. Let's not do that award again. What a crazy time to be alive, I'll tell you, because like I get that they could then repackage like the Blu-ray and 4K being like Oscar-winning film, but like like I loved the film enough. I saw it 4 times in the theater or whatever. Like it's good. It's not an Oscar worthy film. That's good.
Especially not CGI. Like
ooh. Okay.
It's not even better than Transformers 1.
Well, that's true.
I mean, no one's seen that movie, so who cares?
Oh,
that's partially true too. Now, okay, we were talking about the CG for a second. I want to bring this up. A lot of the complaints you heard from people that were watching the film, they're like, man, how many times did they have to CG his mask on? We found out that the mask was real in every shot. So did they go over?
They still CGI'd over it.
Yeah, like what were they thinking? Because like you look at the set photo, you're like, oh wow, the white lenses and everything's there. And then you see the final cut.
They just wanted the authentic MCU movie making experience.
Clearly. Because they
That's
just
all it was.
Cover it in CG, and even though it's the same exact CG, they wasted probably $50 million paying CG artists to CG over what worked.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
They need to crack the whip every once in a while. Can't get rusty.
Yeah, now that Victoria Alonso's gone to do it, so they got to take it in turns to like overwork the artists.
That's true. Bet you Kevin Feige ordered that CG like 6 weeks before the film was due. He's like, yeah, that looks good enough, but what if it looked worse to keep it in line with all the other CG we
How can we make it look like AI did this?
It was probably because it isn't there like a scene during the bus fight where they jump out, and if you slow it down, you can see.
I'm not gonna lie, that was probably the worst. Like that was cool, but that was the worst CG in the whole movie.
Yeah, because you can see, I think, Deadpool's swords clip through him.
No, the one where it clips through him is when they just
during the fight with Wolverine.
Yeah, he flicks it forward, and it actually it flicks the wrong way. Like physics wise, it shouldn't work like that in the slightest. But you can see it come through his shoulder and everything.
Yeah. Love it.
And it's one of those you won't notice it if you didn't realize it's there, but the second someone tells you it, you're done.
You're gonna be focused on that.
Never unsee it.
Yeah. It's look, I'm gonna be real. I don't think this film wins any Oscars.
No. I'd be shocked if it gets nominated for an Oscar,
same.
Quite frankly.
Like, there is a time and place where we would argue on this podcast a Marvel film should be nominated for CG or some of the costume work like Black Panther, because clearly they went above and beyond. Deadpool and Wolverine is as bare bone and as standard as a comic book film gets in every regard to its design. Not that that's a bad thing. Again, I love the film. I think it's great. I can't wait to watch it when I get the physical copy. But for Oscar consideration, especially for what they look for, for film snobs and prestige, it's like, no, this is not it.
And I think the last MCU movie that deserved like an actor getting a nomination was probably Civil War. If you really think about it, I might have said like several movies deserved that during the lead up to everything, but looking back at it, probably Civil War.
The only one that sticks out to me that I think could have also was Angela Bassett in Wakanda Forever.
Oh
I
no,
thought,
yeah. No, I agree. I
like,
agree with that actually. Yeah,
her
yeah,
performance was just,
yeah.
Jesus, this is raw emotion. You're like, okay, and like, if she didn't win that, and then Hugh Jackman wins, it's like, no, like,
And there's been many times where I believe that Hugh Jackman has done way better films that he got completely snubbed and or
yep,
like
Oh,
there's
100%.
been many
yeah,
opportunities where he deserves an Oscar. So him getting an Oscar for Wolverine in this film will
yeah.
be kind of silly. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Imagine he wins an Oscar for Wolverine and not Van Helsing. What kind of world do we live in? What kind of world?
Wait, he did a Van Helsing movie?
What's more important in this world than Van Helsing? Okay, that's what I'm saying.
When was this?
Like 2003 or something. I
Oh
can't
Christ!
remember.
Oh, is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
movie? Oh God, yeah. Wow, I forgot about that movie.
That's the only
right.
Van Helsing anything that we ever got.
Sadly, man.
Don't you remember
Oh.
the video game? 10 out of 10.
No.
Yes.
It's wild that you've had more Van Helsing than Blade in the last like 20 years.
Oh, watch your
that
mouth.
is. I don't like that. True, because there was like a CW Van Helsing series that ran for multiple seasons somehow. Everything on CW is the meme. Somehow. CW. Oh, man.
Blade
Well,
was on CW.
might have been.
Was it actually?
No, there was a show.
Wait. They did re-air the Spike TV because of the Lionsgate rights on the CW. That's true. That's wild. Wow. I don't like this multiverse. This is bad. Man. Well, I guess that's it for a little bit of the Oscars talk. You guys, let us know how you feel about it below, and we'll see what happens at the awards. But right now, we're going to jump on to more important Supergirl and DC Studios DCU talk, because Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, has found its lead villain. So, Krem of the Yellow Hill will be played by Matthias Pressure. So there we go.
Wow.
I crunch turns. I can't say that name.
I'll be honest.
What is
I
that?
looked at his name earlier and I was like, I got no idea.
I got no idea. But Matthias something, who was originally in the running to play Batman in the DC EU for Zack Snyder, that's a pull casting right there. Okay, so I read this comic right when it came out, like the whole trade, for Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Clearly, they're gonna stick close to it because that's what they've been kind of saying. And casting Krem, I mean, yeah, like a little bit of a unhinged lunatic villain on this planet. That's like, how do I explain this? A little unhinged of a planet because it's not your standard DC stuff. Like Supergirl gets bloody. There's a lot of violence.
Yeah.
I can kind of see what they're going for. It's like it's going to be a different type of villain. They clearly cast what I would relatively say is two unknowns in this film right now for the two leads. So it's like, I think that they're doing right. It's the MCU style of, hey, we can't cast the biggest names possible, but we hope these talent impress you enough, So
yeah. I'll be honest. I saw the casting news. Didn't actually realize that the villain was announced. I just saw the actor's name. I was like, cool. I have no idea who he is. And it's like, I will just wait for this movie to happen.
Yeah.
I have no strong opinion one way or the other.
And like this film it's going to be a Supergirl film, but what people don't understand, like in the actual comic, it's not a Supergirl story to a degree. It's actually this like alien girl. That's literally what her name is. Alien girl. They don't even it's just like what they call her. She seeks out Kara, and she's like, this guy's trying to destroy my world. Help me. And Kara's like, okay. All right, cool. It's like,
down for that. I'm down for that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like the whole how people misinterpret Days of Future Past as this epic 2-year-long Wolverine story, and you're like, that's not what Days of Future Past was at all.
No one did that until like last decade.
Until the movie? Yeah. Until it got
Everyone
overblown.
knew exactly what that story was about.
Just like, Old Man Logan. Nobody cared about it up until they did the movie, and you're like, but that's not Old Man Logan at all. So it's like we're kind of in that same territory with Supergirl, which I think they're gonna have to take some liberties and tie this to Kara a little bit more to make her first outing more than just she's a sidekick to her own movie.
Yeah. I mean, you do the same story, but you change the perspective, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Or you maybe say that like Krem was somehow connected to her city on Krypton or something. You're gonna have to like revise a little bit of the history, right? So it's like here or there. So
That's an adaptation, right? It's never going to be accurate.
exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm excited to see what we get here, but a part of it's just like give it some time. We'll see what happens. So
Yeah. It's casting news about an actor that no one's ever heard of and the character that no one's ever heard of.
Yeah,
exactly.
And it's like, if in the context of the comic, it's kind of funny because it's like basically John Wick is the premise where Krim wants to have this confrontation with Supergirl, so he legit shoots Crypto to get her to hunt him down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice.
You can see there, obviously pull at the heartstrings with the animal and stuff. So it's good. I think it'll work. So
I assume it will. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like production is starting early next year, so we're definitely gonna know more since they're casting villains and stuff right now. So
yeah,
we will we'll return with that soon enough. But for right now, we got to talk about the Thunderbolts trailer and the Thunderbolts poster controversy. So let's start with the poster.
Okay.
So is it AI or not?
I can't figure it out.
People, like my brain is confused, but I know what I see. There's a pinky at the end of the poster.
I'm pretty certain it's just AI brain rot.
Yeah.
Everyone's now lost the ability to actually tell what happened like in the poster.
Yeah,
we're cooked.
I mean, the thing is, it's like you look at it. If you just count, even if you mark them by one, which somebody did in the CBC group, you're like, oh yeah, that's 5 fingers and a thumb, so that's 6 total. It doesn't make sense. But then the actor's like, no, that's what it is, and you're like, but it's not. It's right there in the poster. And I did notice that the original poster that was released, they re-released it. Yeah. They re-released it, and it's like cut off now. Like they moved the poster in from the left just like a few pixels to make less of it show. Okay. So clearly they knew. Like,
well, they did do an update. Apparently, it's just an optical illusion, depending on where you're having that.
I believe it, but it does just look off.
Yeah.
Which sucks. It's a great poster. Like, if it's legit, it's a great poster. If it's AI slup, it sucks. No.
Yeah.
Peak poster though. I'm just confused.
It's a real good poster.
I'm just really confused.
I like the poster. It's great. It sells the team not being functional and all that, which, again, I guess let's just talk about the trailer now, because there's a lot to unpack in this. We get Sentry, we got the team all being summoned to this one place to execute a mission, but they're all clearly here to be tested by Valentina against Sentry, who I'm going to guess he doesn't have his full powers just yet, because if he did, they would all be dead within seconds. So unless Sentry is going to be seriously nerfed. So
I mean,
he wouldn't be Sentry, man.
Oh, he's going to get nerfed. Yeah. Just I don't know how much,
But Sentry's one of those, like Bob Reynolds, he isn't constantly on as the Sentry.
Yeah.
Like if the Void's taking a nap, then the Void's taking a nap. Like man's ain't going to do nothing.
Mm-hmm. I do have this feeling that, like, just by watching this trailer, I feel like that this is as first trailer as a first trailer gets. Like, there was a lot of stuff that was missing. The big bombastic action sequences that they're clearly still working on, special effects, they're not in this. Like, there's a lot of stuff in this that's more or less like 3 sequences for the film is all in this trailer, which is smart to hide a lot of stuff before the next trailer drops, just like the first Captain America trailer was like, well, here's the basics of what you need before we get to the actual next trailer that's going to be everything that actually hypes up the film proper. So
The one thing I just like realized is that U.S. Agent gets to have a movie before Sam does.
Yeah, he's white. This is privilege.
It's not fair.
How come? Why Bucky got midlife crisis again? Someone explain
Because
to me
he's
this.
literally midlife.
He was over here. He was over here joining. He was at the cookout, living the good life, being with Sam's sister. Next thing you notice, what happened? They kicked him
I mean,
out.
maybe she dumped him. We don't know.
yeah,
Was it the hair?
I mean, probably.
No, it was the arm in the washer.
Yeah,
that's gonna
you
be
can't
it.
be doing that. Yeah,
What does she want him
that.
to do? Like, where else is she gonna clean a metal arm? Like, come on now, have some respect for the guy.
I do hope they follow up on some of those plot threads, because like the one thing I took away in this trailer, it's like John Walker has a kid. Okay, huh?
Does he?
Did I miss that?
Yeah. Because if you look at him, like he's at home, he's all alone, depressed. Like it's like what? What is this? Like it's clearly some time has gone by since the last film, and he's a family man now, I guess, or whatever they're trying to spin that as. I don't know. Maybe he's divorced. He's John Walker, so probably.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy how much has happened off screen, because, like, if you look at the scene of John sitting there, looking at his phone, you see the child, like, crying, and he's just like, ignoring the child. I'm like, boy, what a terrible parent.
I mean, he's MAGA, like Captain MAGA, right? So.
I mean, that is his whole thing. He doesn't care. Like, that's
What's that dude's name? The Red Guardian.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened to his wife? They couldn't pay her.
Doesn't she die in Black Widow?
No, she's alive.
No, she's alive.
You sure?
Yeah, the whole family happy.
Yeah.
They couldn't afford Rachel Weisz because they ran out of budget money on Acolyte.
Probably. I mean, to be fair, you look at the budget for this movie; it looks pretty like big compared to some other movies.
Yeah.
Is that why he's eating nothing but DoorDash?
Probably.
Yeah. Yes. Man, also what stood out to me was the tone of this film. Let's not jinx it, but it does look like what they promised, which is, okay, you guys all still talk about Captain America 2. Let's just do that. Let's do the Winter Soldier movie vibe again. Yeah. It's definitely.
Isn't it crazy Isn't it crazy how amazing Ghost is in this movie?
She does look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Ghost in the other film, just like Taskmaster. So I don't know. I know.
But she moves better in this. No.
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
I hate Ant-Man.
Why take it out on Ant-Man?
Sorry.
Take it out on Peyton Reed. God.
Oh, man, it's.
Who invited the grifter?
Yeah. He's here. He's got to balance us out with the grift, Yeah.
Send him over to like Theory or whoever.
Geeks and Ricardos. It's his new channel. This is bad. Why? Because there's women. Thunderbolts would be better if there was more thunder and less women. Oh, okay. Well, now I do want to bring something up, because I heard this, and this is apparently what's going to happen in the film, that Valentina is also being targeted by the Thunderbolts, apparently.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, so like, did somebody put a double hit out? It's like, she hired you to be a hitman on me, but I'm hiring you to reverse on her. It's like, oh no, we're going to get into double and triple crosses, aren't we?
They're going to bring back Sharon. And
I was gonna say Zemo was the one who sent out the hit, because he still had like a plot.
Zemo would be really cool.
Marvel doesn't even know Zemo exists. I swear to God, they don't.
Well, what? They made a whole dancing GIF and meme of him.
I was to say that is true.
Oh yeah, and the 2 scenes he wore the damn mask for.
It's true, yeah.
I hate
that
it.
mask was cool though. They did it right.
It was perfect. It was perfect. Well, I suppose that's it. Any closing thoughts on the trailer other than it's good? It's a good trailer.
It's good. It's just I still have to get used to the the new Taskmaster mask.
Yeah,
But it looks so good though.
It is way better than the hockey, whatever the hell it had in the other movie.
I
that's-
liked the
that's-
Taskmaster in Black Widow, but this new one,
Same.
like that's nice.
I think
And
it's
And I'm just saying
slightly-
it gets better. It's just that
Yeah.
I was like, I just want it more closely to the comics, even though technically I know
You
why
are
it's
not
there.
going to get a skull with eyeballs. I can tell you that right now.
yeah.
Stop
No.
holding out hope for a skull with eyeballs. That's not going to happen.
Well, he looks so cool.
Yeah.
Does he
well,
though?
Yeah, depending on
Like,
he looks really
swashbuckling
cool.
boots. Like, come on now.
Hold up. What is Marvel gonna do when it comes to Ghost Rider in the MCU? Because he's just
The
a
same
big
thing.
skull.
The
It's not-
Robbie
it's not gonna be a
Reyes
skull.
is going to be a helmet. Like,
It should be Robbie, but we
it
know
should
Kevin's
be, but we
like
got to have a white
Marvel
man in it.
TV.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Not even the original white man. It's the clone of the white man. Like, come on now. Like, what are we doing here? That's a different
I don't like this.
conversation
I don't like it. I don't like it. It's just
Gonna
how it's gonna
boycott
go.
Woke Rider? Like, God no.
Ooh, oh, you know what? You know what? Let's just jump right into that because I'm gonna add a subtopic here because this week we got some more Ghost Rider MCU news. Now, if you guys have been keeping up with this, in the last year and a half, they've mentioned it multiple times. We're gonna do Ghost Rider just like Nova. They mentioned it recently, they're like it's gonna happen. But Brad Winderbaum, the man running the TV side of things, was asked about Johnny Blaze. And he was like, well, I don't necessarily want to do Johnny Blaze. I'm thinking more Danny Ketch, who's the second Ghost Rider in popular continuity, even though there's been hundreds of Ghost Riders before and still around.
He
Yeah,
wants to do Danny Ketch because he wants to get Nick Cage back as Johnny Blaze.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
It's
Yep.
the only reason why he'd ever want
Wow.
to do Danny Ketch.
Yeah.
No. The Johnny Blaze clone without a personality, which is saying something.
And let's just be real. They want the spikes on the jacket because Danny was more
100%, yeah.
prominent with that. It's
Yeah,
like
100%.
Oh, edgy. Too edgy.
Because
I
a
mean, it
flaming
keeps in
skull
line-
on a bike isn't edgy enough.
It keeps in line with Bob Iger, no diversity, right?
Oh, that's true.
True,
And
yeah.
You don't get much whiter than Danny Ketch, whose motorcycle was literally the front of it was what looked like a Punisher skull, and then the wheels are on fire, so it's like melting through. Oh my
Yeah.
god! I hate it.
Basically, he looked like he had like a cyberpunk motorcycle.
Yeah,
He was a Ghost Rider, but from Biker Mice from Mars.
Yeah, but I guess I mean I can see why they would want Danny because he's a little bit different now with the visually anyway, where he has blue flames instead of the regular oranges, yellow flames like most of the other riders.
I like how
You can live
Marvel's
without
just.
Ghost Rider.
I like how Marvel is just going to take Johnny Blaze, hit Control U, slide it to blue, and go, "Well, we did our job, guys."
I mean, hey, it does signify that his fires are hotter. So
That's what Ghost Rider 2, the film, is about. You don't need that in there.
Danny Ketch was in that. Yeah, he
I
was.
saw that movie once, like 1,000 years ago, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
I believe it.
I just saw it seen on YouTube. I can't even know.
Wait,
What?
who's uploading these videos to YouTube? What?
Turns out,
I don't even know how that movie ends or starts. I just know I was like, oh wow, Ghost Rider got blue flames. That's cool.
All I remember is he pissed and it was fiery. That was
Yep,
about it.
that was it.
That's
Peak
literally
scene.
the only thing I remember.
yeah,
Uh,
they just made the Spirit of Vengeance more unhinged, like it used to be.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean, I'm all for the idea of introducing a different rider because people already know, who Johnny Blaze is. They know Nicolas Cage. Like those movies actually, like the first one, made a whole lot of money for Sony. And so it'll be interesting to see if they can pull this off and how they just balance everything out with the riders. Because
I mean, I'm going to be honest here. It's just going to go the same way as Blade.
oh, so it's never going to exist. Is that what you're telling me?
Pretty much, yeah.
I hate that that's probably the truth.
Like, they're not making a Ghost Rider movie. Like, let's just like come around to that right now. Like,
We're
they don't-
clearly in a place where a Ghost Rider movie isn't going to make what money they need, right?
exactly.
If Eternals and Shang-Chi make 430-ish each, and now we're probably not getting either sequel. It's like, bro, there is no way Ghost Rider making like 250 tops is gonna.
No.
That's
There's not
Ghost
enough
Rider's gonna
people
be an
with fan
Agatha.
art in this world to warrant a Ghost Rider movie.
yeah. Well, it's a shame, but that's kind of the truth, guys. So it's gonna have to be a Disney Plus. They should just make this a special presentation for the love of God. You know,
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
get
Yeah.
Michael Giacchino to direct that as well because he did
Yeah.
great with Werewolf by Night.
Or just make Midnight Suns and have him be like the background character. It's where he belongs.
True.
Unless it's probably Raiders, then sure, make him the central focus of the movie because he has a character.
They would be smart to bring back Diego Luna since he's got such a huge boost from the Last of Us TV series recently. It's like just bring him back.
Yeah, but he's too old to play. You know, Secret
He
War,
does look
sure.
too old. Yeah.
Secret War, sure. If you're gonna do Robbie properly, you can't use a 30-year-old. We're not in the 90s anymore. Like Robbie's a teenager, like, or at least in his 20s. Get a 20-year-old for it. Like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make another Tom Holland clone.
Oh. Oh.
Make it
There
less
is a bunch
white,
of those.
Robbie using a white kid. You know, pull like a 1610 Jessica Drew on everyone.
There you go.
Peter
There you
Parker,
go.
but no, done.
True. Well, I guess we'll know more about Ghost Rider soon, but speaking of Tom Holland, let's talk a little bit about Spider-Man 4. Apparently, we are getting 2 villains in this film, but other rumors suggest 3. So let's start with the 2.
You mean the same amount of villains that every Spider-Man movie has had for the last 20 years?
Yep.
Great. Fantastic.
One primary, a secondary, and then a third one that's a jobber, I guess, or something.
Wow,
I'm not
Scoopers
sure.
are actually on fire right now. I'm so impressed.
Let me guess. Was it that Alistair dude and Scorpion?
We're not lucky enough for Alistair Smythe.
No,
only if it's Spider-Man the animated series with the trap shooter gun laser things.
I mean the shoulders.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Whatever the hell that is.
Yeah, whatever the hell he grew out of his body.
It's part xenomorph. Like, come on now.
Oh, true. That is kind of what they were going for. But apparently, we're getting a main male villain that's not Null, who keeps being confirmed by scoopers that he's going to be the villain of the piece, and then a female lead villain, which most people believe is Black Cat.
Yeah.
So, okay.
What should be Jackpot?
Boo!
It's gonna be who?
Jackpot.
Oh, wow.
You know the MJ character.
Yeah.
Let's see. If it's something like Black Cat, Tombstone.
I hope they put Kingpin. They have to put Kingpin, right?
It could be Kingpin. Tombstone will work as well. Or like
I'd rather want Tombstone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but D'Onofrio in Holland, like we need it.
Next time.
No,
we do,
now.
but
Next time.
We
They're
want it,
going
but it's
straight
like,
back to Sony.
but if they are actually doing the full we're doing Null and Venom is joining this film, which every scooper is now saying that's what's happening.
Yeah, because it's the time of the month. They need the rent money.
I guess so. But could you, if that turns out to be true, that is terrible direction for the next film.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Oh, it is just bad. Why would you do that?
It's probably because Sony's like, okay, we've run out of ideas now. We can't keep doing this. Like, Spider-Man's actively costing us money.
Right.
We need to figure out a way how to permanently brand the MCU with our slop. So let's put Noel in the next Spider-Man movie.
That's why I'm afraid of like post-Secret Wars. I'm afraid for Tom Holland.
I mean, Holland's probably going to walk at one point anyway. So
he's got that. You guys are so blind. He's got the successful Uncharted series. Come on.
Oh no. With his sidekick Mark Wahlberg.
Yes.
Google Mark
this time with a mustache.
What about Mark Wahlberg hate crime? What?
Have you never heard of Mark Wahlberg in the hate crime?
I thought I was just people saying things.
No, it's true. He's racist.
Oh,
Man nearly killed like a Malaysian dude
oh,
just for being Malaysian.
oh boy! All right.
Not that I'm laughing at that fact. I'm laughing at the
oh
just the
man,
meme of it.
no, because I'm not a fan of Mark Wahlberg, so I've never really bothered to.
No one should be. He's a massive racist. No.
Okay, so is he the villain of Spider-Man 4? Because like
Probably.
the Morales family lives next door to Peter now, so he's just gonna harass them the entire time.
He walks into New York and he's like, "My God, they're taking over."
He wearing the same tank top.
Oh,
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
yeah.
He's going to use that tank top to save the cats and the dogs from the Haitian immigrants. So.
Oh no.
Kevin Feige's really gonna make the social commentary film. I love it. I love it.
And by cats, I mean black cat. You were going to tie it around. He's like, I'm going to save you. I'm going to stop you from being eaten, Sydney Sweeney.
There's a whole building of burning people. He only saves the blonde white girl.
Yep, 100%. Yeah.
This is great. So, Kevin, I'm sending you this bit. Actually, if this was Avi Arad, he'd be jotting this down, being like, "This is the greatest thing I've ever heard."
And yet again, I go uncredited. That's Hollywood for you.
That's Hollywood. That's the Spunkverse.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, no, isn't it someone tried to change it the other day. I think it was like IGN or something.
Oh no, you don't, IGN.
It was like SSC or something. It's like no. No one's.
It's the Spunk. That's what it is. That's what we're gonna call it till the end of time.
Yep.
It's like you don't get to say, "Hey, it's a Spunk," and then realize people are taking the piss out of it and then change it. Like, no, that's not how it works. You put it out there, you live with it. I'm sorry.
Oh, love it. So I'm like optimistic about the next Spider-Man film, but it sounds like maybe Sony's gotten too much and it's starting to shoot, I guess, in springtime now. Apparently April, May. So they're
I thought
definitely
it was
going
January.
That's what it was reported, but it looks like it got delayed again. So
that was it's literally been a week since I heard that though.
I'm guessing they probably want Tom Holland to shoot all his Spider-Man scenes for the Avengers film first before he goes and does Spider-Man. That's just my guess.
True.
Because they did that the first time with Infinity War and the next Spider-Man film. Like he shot everything with the Russo brothers, then was like, okay, here we go.
Wow, it's got to be wild making these films.
Yeah. Constant back.
So what's my motivation? We can't tell you. Spoiler. You haven't recorded it yet.
Yeah, you don't know. And it might
He takes you to a dark room. He was like, all right, flip.
But there's also the disadvantage they have of like, hey, we know exactly how Spider-Man 3 and Doctor Strange 2 connect to one another. Oh, wait, both are delayed and swapping release dates. Change the first and third act of each film substantially in 6 weeks. It's like, oh, Lord.
Crazy.
Wild.
Imagine how little these movies would cost if they actually just made a movie and not 6.
Whoa, Mitch.
I know.
Let's not use
Well,
logic
I know
here.
that's a socialist idea. I know. I shouldn't know.
How dare you try to prevent them from using $350 million to shoot Captain Marvel 2, okay? Come on.
There's no way that movie cost that much. There's no way. No. It's not the Acolyte. Like, calm down now. No.
Well, okay. It cost $312 after they got that big write-off from whatever country or state they were in. I can't remember. So it was not $350.
Didn't they shoot?
Doesn't Secret Invasion cost more than all of that?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, that came out? They made that?
That's it. Maybe. I'm becoming a grifter. That's the worst show in history. I hate it. I hate everything about that show and everybody in it. Dude, I can't believe.
Wow, you hate Sam Jackson. You heard it here first, everyone.
All of them. If you were involved with that show, I hate you. I'm sorry to my 2 friends that worked on the show. I hate you. I'm gonna block you guys, and we're never playing PlayStation games again.
That's funny,
man. Hey, what? Hold up. Why do I know multiple people that worked on the 2 worst Marvel shows ever, Iron Fist and Secret Invasion?
I mean, it just says a lot about you personally, I think.
I think that does too. Damn, I don't like this. I do not like this.
It's a common factor here, and it's nothing.
If they were involved with humans, oh man, I'm sorry.
No, I didn't know anybody on that.
Did you know anyone that worked in Eternals?
Maybe. Yes, one of the costume designers.
Well, then fuck you then. I don't care about you two. Fuck you. It's your fault.
So there we are, everybody. I guess that's gonna bring us to the end, right? Yeah, sure.
I don't know. Is
Sure.
that the last topic? I can't remember.
Yeah, that's the last topic.
Yeah.
We got 40 minutes out of this show, and it added a spontaneous random Ghost Rider. So there we go. 5 topics. Look at that. Look at that.
Crazy.
We did good. We're gonna have 3 more topics for members. You essentially get another podcast, although that podcast is unfiltered because I convinced them to not have us monetize all members stuff, which is great. So then we can swear. So join us for when we talk about how Batman is an alpha male who's clearly inspired by Andrew Tate because Todd Phillips in school got wedgies. That's why.
We're gonna grift.
Oh yeah. So yes, thank you for joining us, everybody, for this podcast, and we will be seeing you guys next week. Hopefully, if there's enough topics, and in the members topics.